Hello, welcome to my next part number 11, I guess? Yeah, last one was 10, this is 11. So, we've organized our roster a little bit easier to find the teams of 4 that we send in, one after another, sets that we'll send together. This leper and these 3 characters down here are not a team yet. We need to find more candidates. And we need to start putting together a team that will start marking characters, and I believe that this dog is very suitable for that. But the Abomination, we don't quite have anyone to really go with him for anything yet. And while his traits are excellent, you know what? No, we're going to keep him. He's very strong. He's a very good one. But I really would like to take that. You know, we can afford to get rid of the leper, because we're not going to have a team for him for quite a while. And we'll just buy a higher level leper late game to take into the darkest dungeon. Yes, you're going to dismiss him.
Suffer not the lame horse, nor the broken man. A lawman and his faithful beast. A bond forged by battle and bloodshed.
So now all we need to do is find a nice bounty hunter and a cultist. We've got a team ready to mark enemies for death for the Warrens. So, we're going in with a team to kill the hag. Now, we have a team that's quite strong at bleeding targets. I've equipped the flagellant with very, very high bleed resist. So when he uses reclaim, it's unlikely that he will bleed himself. Hopefully, this weak grip won't become a serious negative trait. Otherwise, that's going to be something we're going to have to very, very seriously consider removing. But I'd like to murder this hag so we can continue progressing the wield. It's not entirely necessary to kill a boss. You could actually just level up your characters and ignore all of the bosses. But since this is a playthrough of the game, I'd like to get as many bosses as I can. Can't exactly promise that I'm going to be able to get all of them, because sometimes it won't give you... You'll have a level 1 boss. And say, for example, alright, characters that are level 3 or higher will refuse to go onto the mission. And if you miss the opportunity to go into boss fights early enough, or if you miss too many opportunities and you keep leveling up your characters, eventually you'll have a level 1 boss fight that you can't take on, but your roster will be full of characters. You'll be maxed out on upgrades and whatnot, and so on and forth. You won't be able to actually take on the quest without, getting rid of 4 people that you've leveled up and spent time on, so it kind of awkwardly sits there and doesn't change. But this Eternity's color can prove useful, if nothing more than for it to just sell as a trinket and allow us to, again, progress the wield. So, let's do this mission. We've got everybody kitted out. Since I want my Hellion to stay at the front and not be frequently harassed by enemies trying to move her out of position, the hag will attempt to use an attack called Into the Pot. And this attack results in the character getting pulled into a pot and boiled alive. And it deals the damage by a percentage of the character's maximum HP. So, high HP, low HP characters, they'll die in the same number of turns. The difference is how much damage we can quickly do to the hag. So, everyone in this group is able to attack the 3rd ranks, because the pot occupies the 1st and 2nd ranks. And before the battle of the hag, I'll change to Wicked Slice, just in case for any reason that I absolutely need to attack the pot. I can do it with a stronger attack on the Highwayman. And then the Vestal is in rank 4, and that's just gets health. And my Jester is currently sitting out to have this fragile trait taken care of. I'm going to send this team of the Flagellant and in these 4 here into the courtyard. It'll be the team that I will use for clearing that entire downloadable content. But for the meantime, I'm going to use this Hellion in rank 1 to fight in the Weald. So, spent a good little bit going over what I've macroed, and now we can get straight into the mission. Buying plenty of torches. I'll buy 4 shovels. Why not? Take 2 keys, 1 holy water, 2 each of these, 1 medicinal herbs. And I think this should be good provisions for a medium length Weald quest on Bloodmoon difficulty. Yeah, I'm very confident. So one last check to make sure we've got all of our trinkets. There's nothing we can really use on the Vestal that would be too beneficial. I'm not taking Dismas's head because level 0 characters immediately take a chunk of stress damage upon entering a quest. You know, speaking of taking a chunk of stress damage, if we don't run into a beast, I'm going to take this extra food just in case, so I can make absolutely sure I get that feast, because everyone is going to take some stress as soon as we get into this mission. Because they're level 0s and it's a level 1 mission. So when characters are taking on missions that are above their level, they actually receive a penalty to their virtue chance, as well as a fat chunk of stress, depending on how many levels above the mission that their resolve level is. So a resolve level 3 character going on a resolve level 6 mission would take 60 stress damage, 20 stress per level that's above what they can do. And on top of that, they also take bonus stress damage, 10% for each rank. So it stacks pretty hard. So everybody's going to take 20 stress and take an extra 10% stress throughout the mission. So that's why I'm not taking the Dismas head trinket, even though this is going to be a damage race.
I had collected many rare and elusive volumes on ancient herbal properties, and was set to enjoy several weeks immersed in comfortable study. My work was interrupted, however, by a singularly striking young woman who insisted on repeated calls to the house.
So essentially, his work kept getting interrupted by somebody who was coming for booty calls.
There is method in the wild corruption here. It bears a form both wretched and malevolent.
Whenever I see an obstruction right at
Nature
the start,
herself, a victim to the spreading corruption, malformed with misintent.
okay, so I was wrong. Because the bonus stress. Okay, well they take more than a bit more than what I said. Open this journal page so you guys can look at it, and then I will discard it later when my inventory is full, out of respect for you guys' time. Immediately after, I just took a good 5 minutes talking to you guys and not getting into the mission. Or 8 minutes, actually. Alright, so we've got a lot of extra food, so we can use up all of the extra food to heal up. And we can have our Vestal worry more about attacking than maintenance. Or cheeky maintenance. So I'm
Another
running a group
abomination
that runs a
cleansed
lot
from our
of
lands.
ability to deal damage over time, particularly bleed.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
Bleed is very effective against the enemies in the wield, although they are also very resistant
Finding
to
the
blight.
stuff is only the first test. Now it must be carried home.
Namely, the people who are the eldritch human creatures, the fungus. Hey, look at that. Put a battle right in front of us. Let's give them that smack attack. Come on, let's do it. See, you can see their blight resist is 60%, whereas the bleed is 20. And he somehow managed to resist both. If we get a stun on this guy, he'll take damage twice and die. Alright, he's dead. We've set up lethal damage over time. Dodge. Oh, okay, no dodge. See if we can get a stun on this guy.
As
No.
the light gains purchase, spirits are lifted, and purpose is made clear. The slow death, unforeseen, unforgiving.
Haha! That dodge coming in handy. Who says dodge is inconsistent and useless? Can't dodge stress with protection. Both are very useful, by the way, but in the situation I'm in right now, the dodge is inarguably very considerable.
Compassion is a rarity in the fevered pitch of battle. Be wary. Triumphant pride precipitates a dizzying fall.
Yeah, when my dodge misses and I get smacked like 20 times.
Ambushed by foul invention. Glittering gold, trinkets and baubles. Paid for in blood.
Alright, yeah, there we go. Grabbing the gems early on. I might have bought too much food, but it's okay. We got a lot of gold, and we can afford, you know, to spend an extra 100 gold or whatever it costed to make sure our heroes are healthy during our missions. I mean, it's inevitable that you're gonna waste a little bit during Darkest Dungeon. It's just whether or not you get you end up being punished for being greedy and trying to save too much. So ain't nothing wrong with saving a little bit, but this is a boss fight, so we want to make sure everybody's full HP at the very least when we get to the boss fight.
Hacks laden with loot are often low on supplies.
That works two ways, Wayne. I'll swap out the bandage. Ah, we've surprised you. I was tempted for a moment to use Duelist Advance, but that would move my Flagellant out of position. So I'm going to attack the back rank. I'm not going to attack the back rank. So, we can do anywhere from 6 to 11 damage. Why is my damage reduced? Quirk. Oh, light sensitive. So we'll deal anywhere from 4 to 8, plus 2 from the bleed, so it's actually 6 to 10 damage. And this is 6 to 11. We just smack her. So I think we're gonna go for the bleed. If we go straight for the attack, she can lose a minimum of 3 or 4 HP. Does this have a higher chance to hit? Yes, it does. 75% chance to stun them. Well, let's go for it. Oh, she resisted. Oh well. Maybe I should have went for the damage and just let her bleed out. Alright, Flagellant. Chill out, man. Shit.
Slowly.
Oh, thank God.
Gently. This is
No!
how life is taken.
She gets to go first. Oh, okay. Eldritch push. Alright, that's okay. We can do that. Just no more stressful incantations. Alright. She is dead now.
Well struck.
Gonna be taking 6 damage for 5 turns. That actually is an inaccurate stacking. See, the Highwayman made him bleed for 2 damage for 5 rounds because critical hits add an extra 2 rounds onto whatever damage over time effect. On top of the damage increase. Now, the Flagellant did a normal hit for 3 rounds, but he's bleeding for 4 for 3 rounds. So after the 4 bleed runs out, it'll go back down to 2. So that's not actually a true stack of 30 bleed damage. It's actually 4 12 and then 5 2, so that's 10. So it's actually 22 damage instead of 30. So it's very misleading. Oh well. He's dead next turn as well. Haha, get those ankles broken. Meanwhile, my Flagellant is just suffering.
Great is the weapon that cuts on its own.
My Flagellant got dogpiled pretty hard by those stress-dealing enemies.
A death by inches. Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all.
Alright, we got 2 fights in a row. That's going to be tough for the Flagellant to get through. We need to rest. Let's not be greedy with the camps. Let's make sure all of our campfire skills are equipped before we camp. We got Bandit Sense. Take off Wound Care and put on Sanctuary. I'm not going to use it, but I'll probably use it later on. Not right now, though. Not right now, though. Ooh. Because I bought Revelry, something that's unique to Interact is a lot of campfire debuffs have been changed so that they can't be removed by herbs, but the herbs are still able to cure the negative effects of speed and accuracy from Revelry. So that's something to keep in mind.
Gathered close in tenuous firelight and uneasy companionship.
Alright, so let's do Lash's Solace and reduce the stress by 50 on our flagellant. Alright, so let's try and reduce the entire party's stress to dang near 0. Gallows humor seems like it's worth it right about now. Nice. Very nice. So I think we're going to take Bandit's Sense to attempt to make sure we can all go first and surprise the enemy. Nobody has anything that's only worth 1 time. The Flagellant does have Lash's Anger, which is 1 time cost, but that adds 40 stress. We don't need that right now. The reason why you would want to increase stress with the Flagellant is because to all other heroes, he has a few unique passives that involve buffing himself passively when at low HP, or unlike other characters, he doesn't carry Death's Door debuffs. He actually gets stronger at Death's Door rather than dying. When he actually dies or goes on Death's Door, he will actually heal everyone else in the party. So there's that. And he also is unable.
Is struck. A blazing star is born.
He's unable to get virtues. He's completely unable. Can't happen. Every time he will be afflicted with Rapturous.
Another one falls. Be gone, fiend.
Alright, Vestal, you can do it. Finish off that maggot.
Press this advantage. Give them
Good
no
job.
quarter.
And now we can just get critted by the last enemy. Okay, no. We just get stunned.
Executed with impunity.
When I run into the Weald, I regret it every time that I've brought anything less than 4 shovels. I've regretted it. And I'm emphatically glad that we brought plenty of shovels. We brought 4 of them, and we've already used up 3 on obstacles. That's unfortunate to miss an attack like that. Now, if we do the AoE, we can deal more damage, but we need to deal enough concentrated damage to one enemy to make sure they die. Four to 8 damage, 6 to 11. So either way, we're not going to kill anything. And both of these have identical hit chances, so I might as well go for the one that's going to bleed. Because if it does hit and we miss multiple times in a row, it still will slowly die.
Precision and power.
Or we can just get a critical hit. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. Please, neighbors. I'm recording. Don't do this. Oh, let me close my window. Sorry, folks.
Their formation is broken.
They roll up in their SUV during quarantine, visiting all of their neighbors,
surges as
spreading the
the enemy
love and the
crumbles.
disease, blasting their music to
A
oblivion.
dizzying blow to body and brain.
Wow, critical hit and rabies. Thanks. Thanks a lot. Very, very heavy bleed on our highwayman. Alright, that should repair most of the damage that he's about to take. Bleeds are quite serious. Early on, you could ignore a lot of it, but in the end, though, once you get to level 3 and then level 5 quests, bleed starts to deal, 4 damage a tick, 5 damage a tick, and you cannot ignore it. Not like we're ignoring it now. Alright, finish it off.
This expedition at least promises success. The way is lit. The path is clear. We require only the strength to follow it.
Oh, really should have brought more bandages. But at least we brought plenty of food, so. Ooh! Nice!
The light, the promise of safety.
Let's go get that. Secret door, secret door. Show me what you hide. Wow, we are really starting to dig into that food supply, aren't we? Let's use the key and get the goodies.
A fortune, waiting to be spent.
Junia's head. A very, very rare trinket and invaluable to a Vestal. Plus 30% to healing skills. Okay, yeah, I think I already put this one up for everyone. These trapezohedrons worth a fat chunk of change. Look at that big chungus change. 3,500 gold. When we travel through gray tiles that we've already been through, you can see that it's taking 7 off of the torch every time we go to a new tile. Whereas if it's like an area we've already been through, it takes significantly less. So you can plan out your torches more efficiently that way. who got the disease again? Oh, the flagellant. Okay. Man, these dogs are really annoying. I'm not gonna bother trying to focus heal. I'm just gonna prevent more damage because we have enough food to last us. Can we get a stun?
In
Yes,
Radiance, may we find victory.
Alright. It's down for the count.
Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
Look at the number of obstructions in our path. Jeez. Alright, this one's dead. He's got 2 HP, so he's gonna bleed out.
Death
Oh!
waits for the slightest lapse in concentration.
Oh, no. Okay, good. I mean, she's dodged quite a few attacks. Way more than usual. But we still are getting our... No, we're getting our shit beat pretty hard. Alright, so this dude is still gonna get off his attack. No, he's not. But he's dead next turn. This one's dead. This one, we need to hit him. We don't need to hit him. We do need to hit him. There we go. Should I go for the smack attack? Yeah, I should. Stress relief, right?
To the pit.
Yes, good.
Seize this momentum. Push on to the task's end.
More dogs, again. Bleed. Good. And that was the one who rolled right after our highwayman here. Greshlet. Greshlet is his name. Alright, since you go next, I'm gonna try and bleed you out. I didn't actually know who the turn order, but you can just tell if they have a turn or not. I was just guessing that one in particular. And you know what? I should have went for a stun. I made a misplay there. I just realized it as soon as I actually clicked to try and do the heal.
Such a terrible assault.
And I just paid for it.
Unanswered.
Jesus. Man, the number of dogs. How many times did we run into dogs this mission? Somebody count that in the dang comments. Somebody tell me. He's taking some nutty damage over time. We need to... Because if they crit him enough times, he's gonna die.
Eradicated.
Payback. Stop the next attack, whatever the hell you're about to do. We've run into so many dogs that 2 of our characters have gotten rabies. 3 if you count the last mission we went on.
As victories mount, so too will resistance.
Alright, we got the Wizen tag right up ahead. Before we do this, let's just look. What curios do we have here? A sack?
If only treasure could staunch the flow of otherworldly corruption.
Emeralds. I think it's safe to get rid of our torches, because that's 714, and it's not gonna get rid of a whole 25. 21 at most if it counts going into the boss room, but we're still gonna be at radiant light, so we can get rid of these torches just fine. No consequence. Alright. I think we can get rid of this shovel as well, because we can see that the next curio is a torch right there on the side of the screen. Yeah.
A handsome reward for a task well performed.
Quite the haul that we've got here. Now let's make sure everybody's skills are equipped for the boss fight. Wicked Slice. Alright, so now we're going to try and bleed the boss as many times as humanly possible. Eat? No, can't eat. Alright. Let's go for it.
Twisted and maniacal, a slathering testament to the powers of corruption.
Bleed! You can see that she has two actions.
The blood quickens.
Nice! That's gonna give her some heavy bleeding. If we dealt like 17 damage to this pot, we'd be better off just killing the hag. That's a quarter of the hag's HP.
Compassion is a rarity in the fevered pitch of battle.
Alright. I'm gonna try and free the flagellant at the beginning of my next turn. And we're just gonna keep smacking her with the Hellion, because his health is starting to probably get pretty low. And I can keep the pressure up with a repulsed.
Fear.
Jeez!
Perched at the very precipice of oblivion.
4 to 7 damage. If we try to do a repulsed, it's 3 to 6. One bullet in a dream. This is for our flagellant's life. Oh wait, I just need to hit her. It's a 50-50 chance to hit. Shit! Oh! If I go for the hit and she misses as well, someone's going to die. If I go for the heal, we might take a little bit of stress damage, but I can guarantee that he's not going to die. Oh, and by the way, to give you the demonstration of the power that Flagellant receives when at death's door, all of those buffs, and he gets stronger, and he doesn't keep his death's door debuffs either. I can guarantee that he's going to live. I choose life. Alright? I still have a good chance to hit with this other character.
The wood is still poisoned. The way is still blocked. But less people will be eaten.
We did it. We got rid of the the hag. Ooh, that was stressful. $16K. Nice loot. 20K in total. Irrepressible. Underrated trait. 5% chance of turning a fucked battle around. Balanced. Very good. Paranormania. That's gotta go.
Of course, irritated, sorrow, or sanguinary to me.
Alright, so we've got 4 resolve on each of our heroes that are going to be going into the Crimson Court downloadable content. I'm not entirely worried about them being sick with a disease because they're going to get the Crimson Curse pretty soon. So we'll just take care of their really bad traits. Like weak grip. That's very serious. Let's upgrade this sanitarium to have a nice 2 slots.
Curious methodologies and apparatus can calm even the most tormented soul.
Holy Jesus. What the fuck is that? What is that? Twilight Dreamer. I remember having a Twilight Dreamer. Oh, this is going to be a very interesting playthrough. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a superstar. Ruins Adventure musical. Oh, we've got our bounty hunter here. All we need after... Oh, well, flawed release. Oh, ranged skills. I'm not entirely worried about a ranged skill critic. Bad Gambler. These can all be wheeled and dealed with. This abomination is highly effective in the cove, but I really need that You know what? It's time for a barracks upgrade.
To those with a keen eye, gold gleams like a dagger's point.
Need to find an additional Plague Doctor and one more Vestal, and we'll have a Femme Fatale team ready to go with this Hellion, this Grave Robber. And we'll take this Bounty Hunter.
The thrill of the hunt. The promise of payment.
So we'll need a rank 2 occultist for this group of marked target abusing characters. Then the group with the Femme Fatales, we'll just have to figure something out for them. Alright. What we got for the blacksmith? Upgrading armor and weapons. Useful? Yes. Can I afford it right now? No. Could I have? Yes, but I wouldn't have gotten the heroes that I needed. And most heroes right now can't really go beyond level 2 armor. Since everybody's Resolve level 1, they can get level 2 armor. Only my Resolve level 2 characters can get level 3 armor. But they don't need it right now, and we're saving the cash. Oh! The Brigand 8 Pounder. Quite nice. Caregivers Convention. Oh, look at that, another camouflage cloak. Fleet Fluorine. Wow. Amazing. +4 speed. This Caregivers Convention might actually be quite nice. We could get free healthcare for some of our characters. And we can remove some of the more serious traits that have locked in, such as this Hylomania, and we'd be able to lock this Luminous trait for our Vestal. Sickly is not a bad thing to have when this group has a Plague Doctor in it, so she can cure the disease. Kleptomaniac needs to go. Torn Rotator definitely needs to go. I can see a very great benefit to doing this quest. And this group needs a break. So, time to drag out our money farming group again and stack up even more gold. You may be thinking that my gold is getting quite high, but I'm going to go ahead and take care of some of this macro off camera. And I like to include a little bit of it so you guys can have an idea of where I'm going with things, so it doesn't look very disjointed and confusing when you get to the next part. Thanks for watching, everybody, and have a nice day.